Hey YouTube, this is Phil with What a Great Deal. Thanks for tuning in for another great video. Do want to thank you also if you're a first-time viewer checking out the channel. Like this video if you decided you like it. Also go ahead and while you're there, go ahead and smash that subscribe button so you get alerted every time we drop a new video. If this is your first time, I go to Amazon return and overstock stores, usually one called Crazy Bins. Pick up items in that store, usually for $10 on Fridays. And then I come home, check the items out, make sure that they're good. Sometimes I've ate a few items, that happens. But most of the time I get the items that are still factory sealed. And if they are a broken seal, I'll check it all out and make sure that it's good before I list it as open box on eBay for a profit. It has been very successful so far. We'll go over this week's numbers, and I'm going to go ahead and show you this week's video of in-store sped up a little bit so that you can kind of see what happens in the stores itself so you can get an idea of how I purchase these items. And then I'll be going over the numbers and such as well to help make this video a little bit shorter than last week's as we're trying to still learn and adjust on this. So with that, I'm going to go to the corner and go ahead and let you guys start seeing the footage. All right, so I'm going to be watching this with you guys. Right there on the left, that's Tom. He's one of the other resellers in here. If you watch, he runs up and jumps right in front of me to jump in here. I said before last week that we were kind of competitive friends and whatnot on this. This week, I wasn't so sure, to be quite honest. I got a bad rub on it. He just continuously, if you'll watch it in the whole video, watch how many times he jumps in front of where I'm at, trying to get the items before I do. I don't know if it's because I've been doing pretty well for the last 2 weeks and he's seen the things in my cart and wanted to grab them. But, you know, it is what it is. I'll still go in and I'll still be as friendly as I can. That's just me, it's who I am. There's no need in making enemies over trying to do a business. So we'll see how it plays out from here. You'll see I'm kind of digging through the bins. I was the numbers 7 and 8 for me and Crystal this week to be able to get in. So we were still in the first 10 to get in the door to be able to get in here and kind of pilfer through. Last week, for example, we found 6 cell phones. This week, there was 2 that we found. One of them we found pretty early. Probably actually already have it in the cart at this point. The other one I didn't find until after we were going around and looking around. And that was actually the nicer of the phones. It was a Nokia 1.3. Goes for $80. So it was a good find. And I apologize, as you can hear in my voice, I'm a little hoarse this week. So I will be drinking a little bit in these videos. Now, I'm going to go ahead and go over some of the numbers while we're watching this, again for the sake of saving time, your time as well, to go ahead and go over some of the details with you. I did end up with 2 Black & Decker sweepers. One was a sweep vac, one was a handheld vacuum. Those have started, I've noticed, to go pretty well, and I find them in here. I did get burnt on one, but I just used it around the house because it was already used. So I just didn't even list that one. I went ahead and kept it here. It works great here. I just didn't want to sell it to somebody as a used item and not get as much value as it would cost me to probably ship it and stuff as well. The surprise item I saw this week, there was 2 of them actually that sold for or are listing for a little bit more than I expected. One was a Blackjack tire repair kit. I'm used to buying the little cheap things at Walmart for like $5-10. I had no idea that there were nicer deluxe versions of tire plug kits for bigger vehicles, I guess to say. And this thing goes for $52. And I'll be honest with you, I'd already listed it and actually shipped it or accepted a offer on it for $45. See, again, just to give you an example, there's Tom jumping right back in again. That's about the 4th time in this video if you're keeping count. Now, that thing he's holding right there, though, Notorious B.I.G., that was one of the Black & Deckers, by the way, that I just picked up. The thing that Tom had was a Notorious B.I.G. Funko Pop. It looks like the album cover. You've probably seen that one. I have a friend that has that one, and I just wanted to go ahead and check it out because I started collecting Funkos as well. And it was a little bobbled inside of it. It didn't have a value, so he went ahead and let me take it. He's here, I'll go ahead and give it to you. So I was able to purchase that one. And I was going to resell it. I thought about it. But it was scuffed a little on the front. And then the next day I actually found an AC/DC version. And you guys know me and my AC/DC. Funny side note, got a copyright flag on that video for the speaker box because of it playing the riffs from Shot in the Dark. So that video got hit for a copyright claim. It's still up. Go check it out. Get some views. But anyway, so I got the Funko Pop there, and I decided to keep it because I've got the other one now. That's numbers 1 to 3. Turns out number 2 is Black Sabbath, and I love me some Ozzy as well, so I'll be grabbing that one also. Going back through some of the numbers, there was a soldering gun picked up for personal use, water pick for personal use, and a iPad keyboard for personal use as well. That goes with the iPad that I found in the bins 2 weeks ago. That's right, 6th gen iPad. Found it for $10. Works perfect, just a small hairline crack. So now I've got a keyboard to go with it as well that normally sells for $45. So the Nokia phone as well as an eTalk Verizon phone. There you can see the Funko Pop at the top of the cart. Making my way on around through, looking around at the last row of bins over here. I picked up the dartboard. I thought about getting it for here. Spare time is not something I have as much as I would love to have had that. I went ahead and put it back as you saw right there in the video. I did pick up a Brother toner cartridge, and here's my tip on this. Ink cartridges, like the big toner cartridges, the oblong rectangles, if you can find those sealed with the little graphic sticker, grab it, scan it. Some of them are $20, $30. Some of them, like that one, was $60. Already sold. It was up for less than a day before it sold. So that is definitely something to keep your eyes open for when you're going to the bins or thrift in general. I've seen actually a couple of them at my local unique thrift store as well, Savers as it is now, but they have them as well. So not just in bin stores like this. Obviously I'll get a better deal of it here usually, but they also have them there as well. Going through the numbers again for the sake of time scenario, total sold comps this week is $797 for everything that I'm going to be listing. I have 18 items that I bought. 17 of them are going to be able to sell because I ended up getting a headset microphone scenario that scanned pretty good. It was going to sell for $50, but whenever I got it home and opened it up, the tip of the microphone on the back side was all busted open with the wires exposed. So bad item, bad return, that somebody just threw it back in there to return it back to Amazon because theirs was broke, and I ate the cost of that. Stop doing that. The overall's $797 as a set return for the items that we bought. Cost of goods for the 18 items was about $185. Again, note I'm right in front of me. Just side note. Maybe I'll censor his name just because I don't want to get in trouble for blasting him. So if you hear the beeps, that's what it's for. It's because I'm not trying to get in any kind of trouble. All right, so with the cost of goods of $185, sorry, lost train of thought where I was at. eBay fees of about $80 to $90 leaves us down to about $530, and then with $119 in expected shipping costs on an average of $7 leaves us with $413. That is after my cost of goods, after shipping, after eBay fees. There's one of those Brother toner cartridges, by the way. You saw me put it on the bottom of the cart because it was on the front edge of my cart. That's what you want to look for. But so $400 profit after shipping costs, fees, everything. Not a bad week. It wasn't a knockout week. There wasn't a top seller item. I've had times I've found items that sold for that much. So it paid for the whole week. But again, not a knockout per se, but I'll take making $413 shopping any day of the week. So I just want to clarify, looking at this, Crazy Bins is an amazing store. They have a great business model. I love it. I am noticing more and more retailers, or resellers, I should say, in there. Pointed out the guy last week in the video that was there. He was not there this week. There were, however, 2 or 3 other new faces in there this week. And I'm noticing a few other people that I've seen in there before. Now I'm watching them and seeing them scanning items, checking it out, putting stuff back. There is this other couple, and you'll probably see them here in a few minutes whenever I go to the side and start scanning in my items. It's a mother-son combo, and man, like I said, I'm a nice guy. Try to be. I was raised right. And you don't be rude to people that don't need it. And these people, I don't know if there's a chip on their shoulder. I know there's a saying, everybody's fighting their own battle, be kind to everybody always. But that's what these people need to hear too, because let me tell you, they shove people out the way. They are throwing stuff everywhere. And it's just a nightmare to be in the store with them. And they've made themselves pretty prominent of getting there and getting early numbers and such as well. So it's a fact of life. You got to roll with it every now and then. But for me to be able to grab stuff, find personal items for super cheap as well. I mean, the things that I get and keep for myself for $10 an item is an amazing deal in its own right. But to be able to get stuff and make money selling thrift items and return items and restock items, I'll take the bad with the good. It's a common given. That's Ben right there, kind of to the left. He's super cool cat. Love me talking to some Ben. We talk in the mornings whenever we get out there, waiting for the number guy to show up to go ahead and give us our numbers. And then we talk all throughout the store. We'll kind of compare each other's stuff. Hey, do you want this? I'm not going to resell it. Do you want it? And he's super knowledgeable. He's been doing this for a lot longer than I have. So, I've always had a motto of always be learning. And Ben is a prime example of that. I get to sit under his shade tree per se a little bit and learn some stuff from him on tips that he's learned. So, another pro tip I want to give you right now while this video is winding down, because we've got a couple minutes left here on it. When you're listing things on eBay, and I hate to say it, and I don't want to lose an audience or anything of that nature, just telling you to protect yourself. I have seen it a few times, and I've shipped, looking at my map over here, 6 items to Puerto Rico and 1 to Guam. I had mentioned that I was selling stuff to those locations, and some of the experienced buyers, such as Ben, for example, kind of balked. They're like, hey, you better be careful on that. And I'm like, what? And so I did a little bit of searching and found that there are a number of issues of people saying that they don't receive their items, or they make it a real tough issue as far as returning it, things of that nature. Side note, there's one, they have Black & Deckers that I was looking at to go ahead and make sure that it's good and see what the resale on it are. I believe on those Black & Deckers, the resales were $40 and $60, so really good find on that. But anyway, back to the Puerto Rico thing. I had an item that I sold, and the guy was having some issues. It was a Go Cube, and he was having issues with syncing it up to his app. And I plugged it in here. Everything was working fine because it was an open box, and I wanted to make sure it was functional before I sent it out. And he, for some reason, thought I was his tech support, and I just get this feeling from him, from his initial messages last night, that it's going to become an issue. So after reviewing all the other posts and stuff about dealing with the I can't even remember what the term is, but it's the territories for the US, including Guam, Virgin Islands, and Puerto Rico. You can block those as far as not shipping to those places. And I had to make that call last night just because I don't feel comfortable with this guy or anybody that would potentially scam like that causing my feedback issues. So there you go. All right, so this is us kind of scanning it. Scanning the items, going over it all, and you can see us putting back the items that we're not going to end up getting. That's going to be pretty much the end of the video for this one. It's wrapping up right now, so we're going to go back full screen. So didn't show the whole thing because I know last week's video ran super long after I started editing it, and I wanted to condense this one down a little bit for you guys. But it's a super fun experience. I encourage everybody to look into it. It's not for everybody. Again, digging into bins. I've talked to my boss at work, and she would love to go to this store, but just because of the times and COVID and everything, she just can't do it. And I fully get that. I do. I've had family members that have been in the hospital for 2 months plus with the COVID. Not telling everybody to go and run and do this. I'm just saying I've had a great experience with it so far, and we do take precautions and such. I'm not trying to get it and bring it into my family either. Do want to one moment. I do want to encourage everybody, if you do have a bin store in your area and you're watching this videos, let me know what you find. Show me footage. Shoot me a message on Facebook. I've got all the links in the description below. Let me know, what did you find? If you saw anything in these videos that I missed, let me know. It only makes me better, helps me help you. I'm going to work on doing some videos coming up soon of actually with audio and stuff that's not sped up, just kind of doing little snippets in the store to see how that works out for us a little bit as well. I want to show you some of the packaging of how I ship stuff. Learned a lot about right size shipping. I posted a video a couple weeks ago about me shipping a hat out and finding out the difference of 1 inch costing, being a difference of almost $30. Ordered some wands. We're going to Universal as a family next month, and so we were ordering some wands online, and I had to laugh because a wand, it looks like a regular stick. We had ordered 2 of those, and it came in a box that was 6 inches by 6 inches and almost 5 foot tall. Why? Why am I paying that extra shipping for you to ship a box that is 5 times longer than it needs to be? So that place could have really used some right size shipping. I want to show you guys how I make sure I get the right size boxes, how you can manufacture boxes to fit the way that you want them to be the right size. Put a little packaging in it, you're good to go. And as always, I do want to thank you. Make sure you like this video to like it. If you want to subscribe, highly encourage it. Helps the video to grow. The more times you guys comment, the more times you guys like, the more times you guys subscribe, it makes YouTube realize that you are enjoying these videos and helps other people to see these videos. It shows it to more people, and that helps the channel to grow, and that's going to help us get those goals to where we can go ahead and get the 100 subscribers, 250 subscribers, 500 subscribers, so I can start giving some stuff away. I know you saw me drinking out the Mountain Dew bottle this week. I do have a tumbler coming. I'll go ahead and tell you it's what it is, and we're going to give props to the company that made that because they look amazing. I've got one that I have for myself, one that we're going to have for as a giveaway on our travel channel, and then also one to give away here. So what a great deal. Peace late, peace out.